Let's do some education on umbilical cords. So, first of all, this is what they look like when your baby is first born. They're kind of gummy. Think of it as the consistency like a wet gummy bear. Of course, we clamp it before we cut it so it doesn't bleed. And your baby's going to be chilling like this for a day or so. Now, pretty soon after this, usually in about a day or two, it does dry out and that's when it turns into this like brown color. And at this point, we can actually take off that umbilical cord clamp. If you want to keep it, that's totally fine. I always offer it to parents. I kept all of mine. Now, that actual little dried out umbilical stump will fall off on its own typically 10 to 14 days after birth. Some babies, it's way sooner. Some babies, it's a little later. Will warn you once you notice that it looks like it's close to falling off, don't put your baby in any super special clothes or outfits because sometimes when it falls off, it can bleed a little bit. Now, how do you take care of it? The American Academy of Pediatrics just recommends you kind of just clean it as needed with like a little wash rag or something. There's old information out there where they used to say wipe it with like an alcohol wipe. That's no longer supported. They just recommend keep it clean, keep it dry. If anything does get on it, you can wipe it with like a little wet wash rag. Now, as far as bathing them, the recommendation is to kind of just like wipe them down as needed, just like a little spot bath. AAP does say you can submerge them as long as it's quick and then it's dried right after. You just don't want it to be submerged for a long period of time. Sometimes they can get this thing called a granuloma. It's like a pink or red piece of scar tissue. And so there's a chance you might have to take them to the pediatrician for them to use like silver nitrate or something to just like stop it from bleeding. But that is very uncommon. So I hope this video is helpful. Be sure to follow along for more nurse tips and mom tricks. I also just noticed this is where my baby wiped his nose on me, but I'm not redoing this video.